Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Build The RedBull RB7. Today I bring issue 61 where we'll be installing the brake and the gearbox cover. In the magazine today we have a 1970 posthumous title. We have the 1970 Drivers' Championship, we have the technical specifications of the Lotus 72D, and we've got our parts for this week's issue. So today we have our gearbox cover, we've got our brake cam and rod, we've got 3 countersunk screws, 3x12mm, we've got a collar, we've got 3 countersunk screws, 3x10, 2 countersunk screws, 3x8, and a set screw, 3x3mm. So we've got a few pages of instructions here, guys. And let's get stuck into the building. Okay, so the tools we're going to need today, we're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, we're going to need a 1.5mm Allen key, and we're going to need our brake caliper set up from the last issue. Okay, to make things easier, what you want to do, you want to remove your spur gear setup from your RB7 chassis. Okay, now you want to grab your brake rotor or disc and slot it over like that, and then separate your 2 brake pads and sit it over the disc like that. Grab your Phillips head screwdriver and screw them in. Okay, so you want to keep screwing it until it just grips on the brake disc and stops it from spinning. And then you want to take it half a turn back to release the pressure, so it then spins freely. Okay, so when the brakes clamp on it, it will stop it. And it should sit something like that. So now you want to go ahead and refit this to the RedBull RB7 chassis. Okay, so grab the brake cam and rod, and you want to slide the pin through the hole so it sits like that. And then you want to grab your Allen key and your set screw and drop the screw down the shaft and do it up nice and tight. And finally grab the collar and place it down like that. Now if you flip it over, it's got that little pin there. You want to drop it so it sits in that little pinhole there. So it sits over the brakes like so. Next up, we'll be installing the gearbox cover to the chassis. Take 2 3x10mm screws and place them in the top here. Okay, working over the back now, grab 2 3x12s, screw them in nice and tight. Okay, so it sits down nice and flush there. Grab the last 3x10mm screw and place it into the front here. Okay, so flipping your RedBull RB7 on its side, you want to grab the last 3x12mm screw and thread it through the 4th and final engine mount hole. It should go up through the chassis, through the engine mount, and into the gearbox cover. Okay, so now we'll be putting a 3x8mm countersunk screw down into there, which is just near where the on-off switch goes. Okay, so screw it in nice and tight. Okay, so flip your RB7 back around, and then you want to store your last 3x8mm screw in a little bag somewhere, as it won't be used in this week's episode. And that concludes issue 61 of Build The RedBull RB7, where we've installed our gearbox cover to our RedBull RB7. Coming up next, issue 62, we have our drive shaft mount. We've got 2 ball bearings, we've got a cup joint, screws, and a nut. So, hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Build The RedBull RB7, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, bye bye.